let's do it. So that'll be a lot of fun. So there's a lot of things we could do at the National. You're looking for Katie. I'll be looking for Formula One cards. Now I'm thinking probably Indy cards too. But again, anyway, a lot to look at. I think when we come out of this thing, we'll be like, well, I was looking for this, but I got
Yeah.
this, right? It'll be, I didn't find what I was looking for, but I found 1,000 of its closest friends. Oh, goodness. But it's going to be fun. Yeah, I mean, it's, who knows, right? So, another thing that, as we head there as the autograph piece of it, the last time we were there, I don't think we really messed with it. We didn't go in that area. We were really just looking for cards because, as to your point, we were there for one day. There's a lot of pretty gigantic names coming to this thing. They've done a great job of bringing in some pretty legendary players for autos. I was looking through the list actually before we jumped on here, and I'm like, man, we're not going to talk about it yet, but I'm going to say it. We've got a wall. We're kind of building up this idea for our new studio that we're building. Like which one of these guys would I what do they call it, fanboy on? Like get all giddy and chase up and down. They got guys like Robin Yount coming in. I mean, he, one of the greatest hitters of all time, right? But his cards you can get for $2 or $3 now. I mean, it's just strange. Anyway, a lot of legends will be there. I think several of the current Cubs will be there. They happen to be in town that weekend with the playing the Orioles, so pretty cool. PCA will be there. Actually, several of them, so won't bother going through the list. But yeah, there's some big names
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Pumped to embrace it all and glad we get a little bit
Yeah,
longer of a day or two there. So, uh,
several
yeah.
days. Several days. We'll
Yeah.
we'll be exhausted, but we'll at least get to see it all without like running, right? Sprinting through. Another exciting thing for me, and I'll mention this real quick. Patrick Ewing will be there. Now, not a huge basketball guy, but we had Stu Gray on the show. I think it was episode 5 or 6, and Stu Gray was Patrick Ewing's backup center up there in New York for a year or two before Stu Gray retired. So that'll be kind of fun if we get a chance to bump into him. I don't know if you bump into a
No.
man like that this way. But anyway, if we get the opportunity to jump into one of those media events and just throw his name out there to Patrick to see how that goes. But um yeah, just looking forward to a lot of great people. It'll be fun to catch up with some of our past guests who I know will be there. P1 Castle, Shake and Bake. We got a guy named Ashton Card Services that we were talking to. He'll probably be there. So anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. If you're heading up there, shoot us a note. We'll connect with you. We'll probably spend a lot of time over in the Whatnot area, talking to different breakers and different vendors, and just kinda, hearing what they're thinking, where the hobby's going, what's happening with the hobby. So, yeah. Now, what's happening with the hobby, RJ? Let's kinda pivot into
Ooh,
some
what
news.
is happening with the hobby, Matt?
Oof. This is a tough one. Tough one for a lot of reasons. This, what is it? The Mr. Man Cave issue, the forgery issue that just kinda broke. Everybody's talking about it, so let's talk about it. It's a lot, man. It's a heavy thing. A lot of people impacted. Now, right out of the gate, that guy's family,
Right.
that's a big deal.
Right.
But a lot of people that spend millions of dollars on memorabilia are now looking at their collections like, what do I have? What am I sitting on? Is it real? Have I been duped? Have I been fooled? And that's also really a tough thing. Big impact on the hobby right now. A lot of people are concerned.
Yeah, I know, with it too, it's like, we talk a lot about, right, authentication and sending stuff in and, turnaround for
Yeah.
authentication and all that kind of stuff like that. So it's just interesting to see if there's going to be like an adjustment within the hobby. I know Fanatics did come out with a response to this saying that like we understand there are like bad actors out there that'll try to do this, but they're very confident in, what they have implemented in their security measures. And they said about 2 years ago they implemented a new, more secure hologram technology, and they believe it hasn't been replicated yet. So, it's kind of good to see them saying that they're changing along the ways and doing stuff, internally to make sure the stuff is more secure. Um,
Yeah, and they're confident in their own, what they're doing themselves. But I mean,
right, right, and they did it. They did from the reports too. They did assist, the FBI with some of this information. Which I definitely read. If you
yeah,
have a fraudulent item, you're going to go to the people that be like the experts in the field, right? So, so it's going to be interesting to see. As right now, this is kind of like speculation in a sense of, what happened, how much happened, what's going to go on. So it will be interesting to see this story develop and as more gets unearthed to come out. But I honestly think from this is my one. I don't know if it's my hope, or dream from this shakeup is that we will officially get rid of the sticker auto
Oh,
because
you know what?
you know what's gonna go on? Because
I didn't even think of
there's
that.
so many
Yep.
stories and photos and, hey, there's just a guy in Dunkin' Donuts signing it, and it's like all these stickered autos, they don't have the time to, like, sit with these players, right? So they send it out and they autograph it, right? There's a huge story on Reddit, 1 or 2 years ago, that some guy was cleaning out an apartment, and the kid that was there before that was a prospect, he left the entire set of stickers unsigned, and everyone's like, "Man, you could sign that, whatever you want. You could sign Abraham Lincoln and throw it on a card, and it would be considered official," right?
Jeez.
So I think it's gonna lock and key it more, like, hey, we'll have to, bring people in and monitor this, that it's being done, because there's also the whole, with this coming into play, right? There's people that always compare autos and be like, why, 6 months ago, why was this auto more loopy and spaced out, and now it's more condensed and just, more vertical and things like that. So if that's the case, it might be more in person on card auto type things, or even in person sticker events that they have to be more lock and key with.
Yeah, I mean, it's a chain of custody almost. Yeah, that's a great point. I hadn't even thought about
Right, because
that
they just
as I was
if
yeah,
they really do just mail out the stickers and be like, "Hey, you gotta get these back to me by whenever," you're just hoping that it stays with who it's supposed to stay with, and
right.
the person signing it is signing it properly. Um, you know?
Yeah, now we say that not knowing what the process is,
True, true.
whether they send it, by courier and then you have to sign like, I don't if nobody sent me stickers to sign for my card, so but that's a great point because I know how much you don't like the sticker autos, this that and to your point, the guy that left his house and left all the stickers there, the chain of custody's been broken at that point. You can't really control that, and, man, that's tough. Sticker autos on the way out.
Uh,
RJ's
that's that
celebrating.
no, I don't know if they are. That's my
I know,
hope.
that's
That's my
that's
hope.
your
Yeah.
speculation.
I mean, I
You heard it here
yeah.
first if it happens,
I
right?
mean, at the end of the day, like, we all I don't say we all, but a lot of people prefer on card just because it looks so much cleaner and it's already a piece of art and it's adding essentially an artist signature almost to it, right? Where with the sticker auto, you
Yeah.
just it's good, but it's just it doesn't have that same feeling to me.
Well, and you always say this, the player probably didn't touch the card. Like, if you got an Aaron Judge on card auto, you know that Aaron Judge had it in his hand and he signed it up, right? Whereas a sticker, he was in his house and he signed a sticker, sent it back, and somebody slapped it on. So I agree with you. But the as you read these reports, the 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 numbers are staggering
Yeah.
of what has been done. I mean, 80,000 fake Kobe's, 500,000 Paninis, 95% of Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Judge autographs
So
from
is this
this
all I
place. I
gotta
mean, it's
say is
just
is this
staggering.
is it speculation at this point? Because this is just a lot some of the stuff is from him saying it correct, right? So, like, we don't know, like, full
Yeah.
numbers yet or what it could be, but yeah, you're right, it could be something that turns the hobby, on its head for a little bit
Yeah.
or makes dealers a little bit more like, I don't know, I need to see this.
Yeah. Now I will talk we've talked about this before. We had or I had a, 1990, what was it? The Big Hurt no name card that, I went to Las Vegas. I drove to Las Vegas just to get it graded by PSA, s and it came back as a fake card, and you and I spend quite a bit of time researching whether, "Okay, is this real?" And went through all the, different articles and what people said, "Look for this, look for that." And it met every one of the criteria for a real card as we were doing that. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't have driven to Vegas and sent it off to get graded, right? So uh, fakers, scammers, or whatever, clearly pretty good because my card was a fake and PSA caught it immediately. And on top of just our research, I took it to a card shop or two. So guys that have been living, the guy down the street from me has a card shop, looked at it and said, man, and he made me an offer for it. Um, and I'm glad I didn't sell it because then I would have sold him a fake card. Anyway, but he thought it was real. but you send it out to PSA and I get it back and the biggest kick in the gut ever. It's not authentic, and they send you a little note and you're done. But so, to your point earlier that they're pretty confident in what they're doing, but still something happened because this is a very big deal in the industry. The FBI is involved. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes of it. But man, tough news all around.
I mean,
Man,
what's coming next besides autos? It's got to be like a player fingerprint and drop of blood, right? Something like that.
good Lord.
It's like,
Golly.
like you want a true 101? Yeah, there you go. Uh,
You got your $900 million
I, you know
Otani, and
what?
you're like, "Hey, by the way, sir, come here. I need to cut you open and
As
get your
as
fingerprint."
much as me being a fan of the Yankees, I still think Kurt Schilling's bloody sock was just ketchup. So you know what?
Here we are back at that. Kurt, if you're actually doesn't he live here in the,
I don't know.
Arizona area?
I don't know.
He went to Shadow Mountain High School, I know that, because it was around my time of life, back there. Anyway, bloody sock, ketchup sock, whatever, but yeah, that's pretty devastating news, we'll see. Thanks for listening to Behind the Breaks. We appreciate you being here with us and helping us grow this community. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and YouTube.
Make sure to like, follow, or subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one.